Hi guys, Louise here from Lucky Night Studio. Today is going to be a quick tutorial on how to add custom fonts to your Squarespace website. It does contain some code, so I'll add a link in the description for a blog post so you can just copy and paste that code if that's a little bit easier. I hope this helps. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're starting with a Squarespace template. This is their Brie template. This is a fresh site and we want to go to website pages, and then we want to go to website tools and click on custom CSS so we can add our own CSS. I will add the code into a blog, which I'll link in the description, so you don't need to kind of worry about it. It'll be a lot easier to copy and paste it. So we want to go to custom files. Now I've downloaded a font because you're looking for a font file. Either it's an open type font file or true type font. Either of those should kind of work. So this is defont.com and they have some free files. Obviously you do need to check the licenses of these files. I've downloaded the coffee cake one because I thought it was super cute. So I'm going to add this one in there. So I'm going to add the open type font, and so that's just loaded in there. And then to make that font available, we want to add font face, and then font family, and we want it in this one, and we want to add the font name. So what was the font name? Instantly forgotten. Coffee cake. And I think it's capital, isn't it? Yes, okie doke. And then we want to add a source file. So this is us telling where to get the font file from. So if we put URL, and then when you open the brackets, if you've only got one file in your Squarespace template, it will automatically populate. If you've got a couple of custom files, it will let you select which one you're referencing. And that's it. I mean, as you can see, there hasn't been any change to our website, and that's because while we've added it in the CSS, we haven't actually kind of updated any of our fonts to use it. So what we want to do is, so Squarespace will use for the fonts, they use variables, which then is set in the design panel, which I'll show you. Just so that we can kind of see it, we want to add, again, I'll have them all in there. So we want the heading font family, so this will be any kind of our headings, and then we can just replace this font name with the coffee cake, and you should see this adorable kind of listing. So here you can see, which is really nice about using the variables as well, is that then we've got them only being used in our headings, which is quite nice, because something like this, the coffee cake one, it might be a bit tricky to kind of see it on all of the sites. Let me just get the body font one. So this is for the body font. Again, I'll show you them all in a minute. So rather than the font name, we have coffee cake. And to be honest, I just think that's a little bit hard to read, especially if you had like a blog post and it was all written like that. So you would possibly not want it. You can add multiple font files. So this one is obviously referencing the same one, but if I said body text, and then I added again the body font back in and use body text instead, you would see it still is referencing the same one because we've got the same source code in here, but this is actually using this second one. So you can have multiple custom CSS fonts added in there. So if I remove this, you'll see this removes as well. But sometimes it's nice just to have the heading font updated, or maybe have multiple, and then that means that so if we save this, if I go to the site styles and edit the fonts as standard, so in paragraphs, I could still easily then use these ones. However, just so that you're aware, because I have overwritten the variable for the heading font, so paragraphs, if I try and change the heading font, it won't work because I have overwritten it. So I can change it to any one of these, and as you can see, these are not updating. So yeah, it really is kind of as simple as that. So I'll quickly go through, there we go, the ones that I have found are needed, just so everyone is aware. So we've got, that's just because I've gotten rid of these, so I really should have coffee cake in all of these, if that was what I was wanting. So this, as you can see, it's now putting it into the button as well. So we've got the font family, that's kind of an all-encompassing one. It's just helpful, especially if maybe you embed any kind of plugins or anything like that. They might try and look for a default font family, so it's always good to put it in there. We've got the primary button, secondary button. So we've got the buttons, we've got the body font, the heading fonts, we've got site title fonts, and also on mobile. So again, this might be a really good one to see, because if we got the site navigation font, because if I did that one, you can see it's kind of updated there. We've also got header button font family, entry title, so that's for things like, I'm trying to think of a good example. It may be a collection, a Squarespace collection. I think they use those, and blog title as well. So if you've got blog posts, it needs it in there as well. So you'll kind of see it all throughout. Yeah, and that's as simple as that. As I said, I'll add all the code into a blog post for you. Any questions that you have, please feel free to leave them. Okay.